Welcome students, we are back with the next topic, that is about the leaf. And in this topic generally we will study about morphology of a leaf, means that about the structure of a leaf, and then we will study about its just modification. Okay, and today we will cover only about morphology of the leaf. Before that we has covered about root and stem, their general structure, their functions, and about their modifications. And all right, then so first of all, what is a leaf? All of you know leaf is a part of a plant, and basic function of the leaf is a photosynthesis. It is a green flat part. Its main function is a photosynthesis. And the point from where leaf arises, that is known as a node. All of you are very familiar with it, that the what is a node? Node is a point which is present on the stem from where origin of the leaf takes place. It is known as a node. All right, and all of the leaves mostly they develop from the node. Where is a node present, at that point origin of the leaf will take place. And apart from this, it also bears axillary bud, and that later develop into a branch. So you can see here also it suggests general structure of a leaf, all of this. Okay, basically leaf is divided into three parts. First one is a leaf base, you can see here also, from where leaf is originating. Then the petiole, this one, and then this blade or leaf lamina. These are the basically main parts of a leaf. Now what is a leaf base? Leaf base is a part from where leaf is attached to the stem. This is a stem, this is the point where its node is present, and from this node origin of leaf is taking place, and it is known as a leaf base. From the node where leaf is starting, that is a leaf base. Then now in some cases in the near about the leaf base, just small leaf like structures are present, and those leaf like structures are known as stipules. Mostly these stipules are present in case of dicotyledon plant. Dicotyledon means in which two cotyledons are present. Okay, mostly these are present in case of dicotyledon plants. In very rare cases these are also present in the monocotyledon plants, and if this stipule is present in case of a monocotyledon plant, then it will not known stipule, we will call to it ligulate, or sorry, ligule. Yes, in case of, I am repeating again, in case of dicotyledon plant, if leaf-like structure is present at the leaf base, it is known as a stipule, and it is mostly present in dicotyledon plant, and very rarely it is present in monocotyledon. And if it is present in monocot, then it is known as a ligule. And the leaves in which stipule is present, those leaves are known as stipulate, and the leaves in which stipule is absent, stipules are not present, those are known as a sessile leaf. All right, so it was all about the leaf base. Then second point is the petiole, this one. Okay, it is a stalk like structure, and basically it connects the leaf from the stem to the branch, and further all of its structure is connected by the petiole to the stem. And again, in which petiole is present, it is known as a petiolate leaf, and in which leaf is a petiole is absent, those leaves are known as a sessile. And basically what is its function? Its just function is to give a connection, to the leaf to the stem, only its function. Then third point is a leaf lamina or leaf blade. This whole leaf structure is known as a leaf lamina or leaf vein. You can see here also it is a leaf blade, and so many number of small veins are present. These are known as a veins. Which wavy lines are you are showing on the leaf? These are known as a vein, these major one. All right, and again these veins are divided into very small lines. These are known as a small netted veins or veinlets. Major veins are known as veins, and further these are again divided into small structures, small lines. Those are known as a veinlets or small netted veins. And basically what is its function? Basically its function is photosynthesis, transpiration, and exchange of gases. All of those processes takes place about through the leaf lamina. And one more point, student, leaf lamina is also known as epipodium, and petiolate is known as a mesopodium. Okay, and now these terms are not mentioned here, but I will explain. In some cases of the plants, it's both upper one surface, this is the upper one, and its back is a lower one. Okay, and its upper one structure is known as a adaxial side, adaxial side, and its lower surface is known as a abaxial side. Okay, now the plants in which both the surfaces are same, upper one and lower one, those are known as a isobilateral. Those leaves are known as a isobilateral leaves. Iso means same, bi means two, lateral means two sides. The leaves in which upper one and lower one means that adaxial and abaxial sides are same. Those are known as a isobilateral leaf. This is the one point. Second point, in some plants, in the leaf, this one upper one side and lower one side means that it's back side. Adaxial side and abaxial side, these are not same, these are different from each other in the color, in the structure also can vary. Those are known as a dorsiventral side, dorsiventral. All right, if the both sides are same, then it is a isobilateral, and if the both sides are not same, then it is known as a dorsiventral side or dorsiventral leaf. So then next one, then about the, it was just general morphology, just general structure of a leaf. Next is, there is no need to go into detail about the types of spule, about types of leaves. Okay, you have to remember just this one topic. Venation of lamina. As I shown to you this diagram, previous one, the whole of the green part which is present in the leaf, that is known as a leaf lamina or leaf blade. Okay, and now there are two types of the leaf lamina. One is a reticulate and second is a parallel. I hope all of you are very familiar with this parallel term. In the mathematics also you have studied. And second term is a reticulate. Now meaning of the reticulate is a network like structure, which forms a network like structure that gives the appearance of reticulate. So these are basic two types. One is a reticulate, second is a parallel. Further, these are divided into the subtypes. So let's see what are those. First one, reticulate. In a reticulate, veins are divided into branches and forms a net-like structure. You can see here also in this structure. Okay, these are the reticulate. Network-like structure is formed here, here also. Okay, it is a reticulate venation. Now, reticulate is divided into two types. One is a unicostate, second is a multicostate. It will be more clear from this diagram. Yes, these are two types of venation. In case of plumule, in case of blade, it is the reticulate venation, it is a parallel venation. Okay, reticulate is venation further divided into unicostate and multicostate. Now what is the unicostate? In unicostate venation, only one main midvein, it is known as a midvein, only midvein arises, and from the midvein further lateral branches, this one, same way, this and this, all of these lateral branches are arising from the one midrib or midvein. Okay, it is a unicostate. Uni means one, only one midvein is present, and all of other lateral branches are or lateral veins are arising from that. But what happened in multi-costate? Multi means that many number of midveins are present. Like you can see here also in this diagram, so many number of midveins are arising from the base and going towards the apex. Midvein, this is also midvein, this is also, in case of here leaf, midvein, it is also midvein, this one, all of these are the midveins. Okay. Now further, this multi-costate venation again divided into two types. One is a convergent, second is a divergent. Convergent means to get collect. Okay, to get collect means you can see here all of the midveins are arising from the base, from this point, and they are going towards the apex. But at the apex, all of these are getting collect at one point. They are converging. Okay, they are coming close. But now in case of divergent, divergent means to expand, to go far away. What is here? All of these midveins are arising from here. Okay, and these are going towards the different sides. This one, this one, this one, this one, this one. All of these are not converging, these are expanding, these are spreading, and this type is known as a divergent type of venation. And in each case you have to learn one or two examples, and examples are given into your books also. Alright, there is also written some example. Yes, in case of unicostate, example is guava, people, mango. Multicostate, divergent, cotton, arhar, it is a arhar dal. And multicostate convergent, camphor and jejibas. Jejibas is a berry. Alright, it was the reticulate venation. Then is the parallel venation. In case of parallel venation, again two types are there. One is a unicostate, second is a multicostate. Unicostate parallel means the leaf in which all of the midvein is the one present, and all of the lateral veins which are arising from the midveins, these are parallel. In the parallel fashion they present. You can see here also in this structure. So that's why it is known as a unicostate. Again, in case of unicostate, only one midvein is present, and all of the lateral veins are arising from the midvein. But the difference that here these veinlets are present in the network form, but here these are present in the parallel fashion. Second is the multicostate venation. Again here multicostate means so many number of veins are present, so many number of midribs are present. Okay, and again it is divided into two types, convergent and divergent. In the convergent, all of the midveins are arising from the base and getting collapse on the apex or tip. But in case of divergent, all of the midveins are rising from the same point, but they are diverging or spreading into the different direction. So it was all about venation, and its examples are, in case of unicostate, these are not written here, just wait for a second. Yes, in case of unicostate venation, the example are banana and canna, and on the other hand, in case of multicostate, fan palm. Okay, it is a structure of a fan palm. So students, it was all about just general structure or just general morphology of a leaf, and then its types of venation. After that, its modification, and one more point is given into your books, that is about phyllotaxy, that we will proceed in the next class. Thank you students.